Hello again, Susanna here, Angel Intuitive and Spiritual Guidance Counselor, with a fabulous request. That is so funny. I can't believe I haven't done this before. I know I've mentioned things in a lot of my videos, but I haven't done a video specifically on angel numbers. What? And this request comes from Dalton. Thank you so much, Dalton James. I love it. Can't believe I forgot. So I might do a few parts. We'll see how the time goes here, because there's a lot to it, but there's not a lot to it. So I'll say the original, from what I remember, where I started, was The Woman Who Shall Remain Nameless. Her initials are DV, or Doreen Virtue, and she doesn't want to be associated with anything angelic anymore. But she came out with her angel book, Angel Numbers 101, or Angel Numbers, and then it became Angel Numbers 101 when they reprinted. And I actually did a quick search on Amazon, and there's hundreds of books on angel numbers. So you can find books about them, or people's views of them. And I got this one. I like Kyle Gray. I like a lot of his work. I love his cards. You've seen some of my videos where I use his cards. But this is the Kyle Gray angel numbers. Don't look at my nails, please. They're awful. So we're just coming past 4th of July, Independence Day. Yay! Yay, USA. Team USA. Woo! Which is interesting. I was going to do this video on the 4th of July, and I left my camera at the office where I am now, because I took the day off and I wanted to do something nice in my yard while it's still green before it turns brown, and it didn't happen. Oh well. But even if we go to the numbers of 4th of July, so just a little quickie. So July is a 7, right? And a 4. You add them together and it's an 11. A lot of you see 11s, or 1111. That's a popular one. And we're going to get started with that because it's a 1. So we'll go through, I want to go through his book to see what he says, and then I will give you my take, because I also believe, there's some of the I will say obvious, but it's not necessarily obvious, things that make sense with how numbers connect. So sorry about noise. I got the air conditioner going. I got my little, maybe I'll turn that off, my little diffuser, because it's making noise too. But there's a basic little guide you can follow from any of the books. I'm sure they're all great, and they're all pretty similar. Similar to Louise Hay's first book, the little blue book, You Can Heal Your Body. And it has the different issues connected to different parts, or different emotional issues connected to different parts of the body, which kind of makes sense. So say, for instance, you're having a hip problem because it's about moving forward and bringing the legs forward, or whatever. But in my experience, depending on the person I'm working with and what they're going through, the issues can be something different. Same goes with numbers. Oftentimes numbers mean something special to you. Whether it's a date, an age, a lucky number, whatever. And then there's gematria, which is different, because I love numbers. I love numbers. I probably should have been a math teacher, except my brain doesn't work that way anymore. Haha. But with gematria, so angel numbers, it's the numbers, it's mainly the angels giving you these numbers to get your attention, and there's meaning behind it. So they're sending you a message. It's like a coded message. With gematria, it's words, and you plug it in. There's calculators online, and you take the words and it totals up the letters in the words to get a number, and then that's how that works. So you get that number, and then you'll see things that are connected. Or if you have a number, you can plug it into gematria and it gives you words that equal those numbers, or that total of numbers. Now with numerology, I know, woo, numbers work. So we've got the angel numbers, we've got gematria, and numerology. So with numerology, most often we take it down to a single digit. So unless it's a special number like an 11, a 22, or a 33, because we're working with numbers 1 through 9 usually, but because the 0 doesn't really count, but we can throw in a 0 too, if you know, we'll discuss that. I'm not sure if he discusses 0 in here. Yeah, he's got zeros. But like if you see 101, it's still an 11. Same with numerology. 0 is 0, so you add them together. So if you're seeing 12 all the time, you can count it down to a 3, or if 12 means something, or if something happened when you were 12, or you have 12 of something. I'll give an example. Like right now, what I'm seeing quite frequently, and it took me a while, I had to ask to find out what it was about. But I see 1, 2, 3, 4 all the time. 12:34. Okay? I see it at the noon and at the midnight, and I see it when clocks are off. I see it in my odometer in the car. I see it on license plates. And that's the other thing. So when the angels are giving us numbers, I'm going to try to focus on the numbers. I'm rambling right now, but I'm trying to get a lot out here at once to get an idea of the differences. But you can see them anywhere, because angels will try to get your attention. Your guides will try to get your attention in any way they can. And oftentimes it's through the numbers, because we notice. It's like our brain, our subconscious, and our eyeballs notice something is happening frequently. So we're aware of it, and it's easier for them to get our attention that way. So when I'm seeing, so I could go back, there are still times that I see 11:11 or 1:11. I used to see 9:11 all the time. And what is that? Then I go to my numerology brain and I take that down to, what is that? It's an 11. It's another way to give me the 11. Also with that, it means it's my final opportunity to do something for myself. And we'll get to that. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, you go to the books and, well, let's just see what Kyle Gray has to say. Usually that's I don't think he goes into 4 digits though. He doesn't go to 4 digits, but we'll see 1, 2, 3. Because basically what that is, it's a countdown or count up. And sometimes I see 2, 3, 4, and that's usually because we're through step 1. So for me personally, it means things are flowing like they're supposed to be. It's step by step. And if I see 1, 2, 3, 4, it's like I'm starting on something, or I'm doing something that there are steps to. I'm progressing on whatever it may be. And then if I see 2, 3, 4 for a few days, that means I tackled the first part. Whatever it may be. A few different things. We'll get there. Rambling. Let's see. So with Kyle Gray, the 1, 2, 3, because that's kind of the progression, then we'll go up. So 1, 2, 3. You are moving. What do we say here? Because I don't think I've even looked at this book, because I had the other one for so long. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. You are moving up a step. All the challenges you have previously experienced are now being released. The angels of ascension are with you now. Okay. So I see it as we're taking steps up. That makes sense. We're walking up a step. That's kind of how he's explaining that. So you're 1, 2, 3, you're 3 steps higher, going up that step. Where are we going? Right? So, but for me, it means I've accomplished the first step. I'm on number 2 when I see 2, 3, 4. Or 3, 4, 5. Kind of, okay? And if I'm going too fast, complain in the comments. I can handle it. Like I said, There's a lot to it, so probably going to go a couple, which is okay. That way you don't have to sit forever in one long thing. If you want to keep it that way you can just go chop it up. Although I like to ramble and I don't like to when I get on a roll. So again, we've got the angel numbers, which is when they give you a series of numbers or multiple numbers where they're giving you a sign, they're trying to get your attention. Gematria is taking words, taking them down to numbers, or taking a number and then putting it into words. Another fun example of that, I got a new license plate and I didn't like it because I'm going, I can't make words out of it. So I went, plugged it into Gematria, and they're weird, it's really random. So I plugged it into the Gematria calculator and it comes up free will, which is beautiful, and a few other really cool things, but I like that. So it kind of suits me. And then there's numerology where we take things down. And some people working with the angel numbers will want to take it down to the single number, but it's about getting your attention. So if we're saying a single number all the time, it's kind of, but again, you need to go with what feels good for you. Again, if you're seeing numbers and they don't correlate to the book, or a book, what do the numbers mean to you? Because a lot of times for me, things just make sense, okay? And as we go through the numbers, I'll explain, because I want to start rambling. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to be a little more organized. But, but think about the numbers you're seeing. You know, go ahead and start and write a list down. And I'm going to cut this here, and then I'm going to go to part 2, and we're going to start with the numbers. So write some numbers down that you've been seeing, and if it means something to you, a date or something, write that down as well. Have a beautiful day. See you in round 2.